Hello, I am Amy Marrow. I spoke with Rachel Gonzalez, a family and consumer science teacher at Lake Ridge Junior High School in Orem, Utah. Family and consumer science, formerly known as home economics. Rachel's in charge of the sewing classes, the foods classes, the career technical education classes, and the teen living classes at her school. She's been teaching for about 20 years, and when I asked about the stresses of her job, immediately she mentioned all of the legislation happening. None of it is in favor of teachers. All of it creates more hoops for teachers to jump through. It makes the teachers feel like they're not trusted, that they're not professionals, and it's really a shame. That was the first thing she said. Second was that students are just not as respectful as they used to be 20 years ago, and that parents are not anywhere near as respectful as they used to be 20 years ago. Education required is obviously a teaching degree, and the salary, a brand new teacher can start out at about $30,000 a year, and then as you get certifications, if you get more education like a master's degree, and there are other programs such as productivity, and Rachel participates in productivity. She's on the AB schedule at her school, which is where they teach 4 classes every other day. Most teachers typically only teach 3 classes a day and use one period as a preparation period. Rachel has given up one of those preparation periods, and she teaches 4 classes one day and 3 classes the next day. That does result in more money. A typical day is she gets to school at 7 o'clock in the morning. She leaves at 5 o'clock in the evening. She has a lunch break. Typically, there are students in and out of her classroom during the lunch break. And she, like I said, she teaches 4 classes one day and 3 classes another day. And all throughout the summer, she does have meetings that she's attending for school, as well as the other committees that she's on. She is the current past president of the National Association of Teachers of Family and Consumer Science, and she has her responsibilities there of organizing meetings across the country. She's in charge of different committees in the newsletter and keeping everyone connected. The benefits, as far as getting summers off, she says that's kind of a myth. Most teachers are working throughout the summer, attending meetings, preparing their classroom, getting their curriculum ready for the next year. As far as medical, like medical and dental, she said her district does offer great benefits that way. It does vary by district. Um, she also said other miscellaneous information is just all the different opportunities that are around, like the National Association of Teachers in Family and Consumer Science that she's involved in. It's almost like a part-time job for her. She has been she's the current past president, which means last year she was the president. She's also held other um, titles in the organization, and there are other associations like that. She's very involved in the community and getting support for family and consumer science, and she's involved in local politics, also supporting family and consumer science. That way, that I felt like it was a good career to spotlight, even though it is teaching. It's a little bit different than what we talked about during the semester. It's getting young minds excited about families and family education.